coming up?
$19.99
Yeah.
through $24.99
Yeah.
are the prices. That's
They dropped it for
crazy.
today. I'm like,
What?
oh my goodness.
Oh,
Okay, we
okay.
have more great things for you. And again, we have something that everybody needs. It's a must-have, and it's called the Guard Your ID Advanced X Identity Protection. You're going to get 3 wide rollers, and I'm telling you, I don't open my mail without one of these. I mean, I don't open my packages without one of these. It's so important. What you do have now, though, are some new colors that have come your way. These are beautiful. They're just a great combination. This one is called Harvest. It's like your fall tones with that kind of fall brown and a yellow and a red. So really pretty. Then next door to that, we have the Brights. So a pink, a green, a yellow. Easy to find in a drawer, in a messy drawer. We also have it in purple, all 3 in purple. Down here, all 3 in navy, if you'd like to do that. But over here, we also have all 3 in pastels. So it's a pastel kind of rose, a lilac, and a pink. So you've got all those different ones to choose from. Pastel, Harvest, Brights, Navy, and Purple. And Diana Seastead is joining me. And Diana, welcome. Happy Thanksgiving.
You so much. You
Good to
too.
have you
Great
here.
to be here. Thank you.
This is one of those things that I call an absolute necessity. But why is it a necessity?
Well, because of identity theft. It affects millions of Americans every single year. One of the ways that people can get your information and steal your identity is right in your trash can. So your trash can, your recycle bin becomes a haven for a dumpster diver looking for little bits and pieces of your information, and they can piece it together. So this is all about protecting yourself, protecting your identity. It's so simple and easy. You just swipe over your personal information. They're self-inking stampers, so rolling stamps. And this is actually what's on that stamp surface. You can see it's kind of like an encryption. They're different characters. They go all different directions. But when you swipe that over your personal information, no one's going to be able to read it. Then you can safely put it into your trash and recycle bin and know nobody's going to get a hold of that information.
They can't even read it from the back.
Right.
It's not like they can hold it up to the light and read it once you've swiped it. So let's show everybody how simple it is.
Yep. So you just twist the cap off, and then you can see here, like, take a check, for instance. Like, what if we take a picture of it with our phone? We're left with the check. We don't go to the bank like we used to, you know? So you just take it one swipe. You don't do this and this and this and make a big inky mess. Just one swipe. You can see that there were words under there, but there's no way to make out what they are. And like you said, you could flip it around, you could hold it to the light. You're not going to be able to see that information. Things that have your signature on it. Things that maybe a receipt that has the last 4 digits of your debit card number.
Yeah.
You know, what's the first question if you call the bank? They're like, what are your last 4 digits of your card number? So you don't want that. You know, a prescription receipt, your name, your address, your phone number, medication, your doctor's name, your date of birth. All of this is precious information. And look how quick this is. I mean, it takes
so
seconds to do.
And how many swipes will we get out of each one of these?
So each one of the roller stamps is going to last about 1,000 swipes. So 3,000 in the set.
And yeah, so for literally less than $20, you're getting 3,000 swipes. That's incredible. And I like this size. It's called what we call the wide roller, so that you can actually swipe. Now, I didn't even do that straight across. If I could actually draw decently, it would help. But anyway, that's, you know, it's like that just wiped out that whole area. And if I could do it in a straight line, I would be even better. But the thing is that you can do that. I do it on my mail especially.
Yes.
Like I said, I don't open my mail without one of these right there.
Exactly. So, and there, you might think, oh, I have a shredder, I wouldn't need this. Well, you can certainly shred. You could roll and then shred, but there are so many things that you can't put into a shredder. So things like the bubble mailer, your prescription bottles, these will work on matte and glossy paper. So this has like a little gloss to it. If I can hold it and do it at the same time. Here we go. Look at that.
That's right.
So instead of trying to pick that label off, I wouldn't want anybody to get the information that was on here. What kind of medications are in your home? What if there's a refill left? They could take it into the pharmacy. So you know, this
Right.
is just a quick and easy way. And just give it a little dry time on anything glossy.
Yeah, that's a good point, because even magazines,
Yes,
you know,
yeah,
like I like to get rid of my
catalogs.
address, etc. Here's the other thing. Each one of these comes in its own little box, and so these are perfect stocking stuffers, you know, to be able to put into people's
Yes.
stockings. Or the other thing to do is, like, maybe you bought the Today's Special Value and you're paying $13 a tumbler. Well, honestly, you right now you're paying what, $6 and change for each one of these. You could pop
could
one
pop
of
it in
these
the tumbler.
in the tumbler, and now you've spent $20 for that person, and they've got two great gifts.
Yes.
You know, I mean, things are going to use all the time. That's the key here,
Yeah.
is being able to use it all the time. Normally, these should be $41.97. You're less than half price. Here's our colors. We have 3 in purple, 3 in navy, the very popular navy. A lot of people buying more than one set. These are the brights, which gives you the purple, the green, and the yellow. Up here is our harvest collection. That is the most limited. And down here are pastels, which are also very, very pretty. One of the things I wanted to just say was, you know, a lot of times people will say, oh, nobody's dumpster diving in my neighborhood.
Right.
But you don't know where that
don't
dump
know.
ends up. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And so many of us live in like a condo or a dorm, the kids in college, where all your
Yeah.
trash just goes in one common area. So
Right.
you don't really know.
Yeah.
I've seen like down the highway the trash truck with papers blowing out of it. So, you know, like you don't really know where your trash is going to end up. So why not just take those few seconds it takes to really protect your information? So from your bank statements, or when you pay bills, or any kind of medical information that you might have, anything financial, you know, every time I go to the pharmacy, I end up with a receipt that feels like a book, and
Right,
it's like
I
it's
know.
got your date of birth several times and all
Yeah.
this stuff. So it just takes a few seconds, and you know, just protect yourself and your family. If you're a caretaker for someone,
Oh, that's a good point.
This is a great thing to use. And again, it's so simple. It's just one swipe,
Because
and then it's
if somebody
swapped.
gets your birthday and you've been born in the 30s, 40s, 50s, you know, they know you're getting up there in age, and you know, so they might try to do a scam on you. So you really have to be careful. The other thing I was going to say was that a lot of times you've had kids who are high school, college. I
Yep.
have two.
Yep.
It seems like right after the students take an SAT or an ACT,
immediately.
all of a sudden you start getting all kinds of stuff in the mail.
Yes.
Credit card
Credit card
applications.
applications.
Hey, here's a check for 50 grand, but and if you cash it, then you know they don't tell you it's going to be 40% interest. But anyway, or whatever it is. But the fact is that that's getting into your kids' hands,
Yes.
or in their dorm rooms, or in their apartments and things. You don't know. And the problem is, if somebody else uses it and but your name is on it, you're still liable for
Oh,
it.
absolutely. You know, identity theft is such a huge problem, and it could take months for you to, you know, months, maybe even years, for
Yeah.
you to kind of remedy that situation. It's all you have to make the phone calls. That wasn't me. I didn't open up that card, and it can really tie
Right.
you up financially as well.
Yeah,
You know, if you can't use that
exactly.
particular credit card you wanted to use, or you're trying to buy a car or something.
Right.
So, you know, this is just one simple way to help, you know, protect your identity. It's just an easy, but it's super effective. I mean, and super quick. That's
And
what-
they last so long.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
do.
I was just thinking the other day. I mean, I've had several, because I like to have one in my home office. I have one out in the foyer, kind of the entryway of our house, because that's where I open the mail.
Yep.
I have another one where actually, because we do a lot of QVC things at home to prep for our shows,
yeah.
I a lot of times, you know, swipe things on there because I'm not going to just throw it in the garbage.
Right.
And these are a little bit more than paper. They're kind of cardstock,
Yeah.
so a little harder to shred.
Yep.
So there's just I have one in like 3 or 4 parts of my home.
I have
really
the same
do.
thing. We have one in the kitchen all the time. I have one in my office. I have one in the laundry room because that's where I come in, like the mail comes in
Yeah,
there. And it's so
right.
easy to just like get rid of that pile of junk
Yeah.
like right away. Just
Right.
swipe on the catalogs or whatever, and then
Yeah.
just throw it right into the recycle bin.
Right. 3,000 3,000 sets gone. Here's what I want to remind you is that this is a great price. First of all, it's a Black Friday sale price. They should be $41.97. You're paying $6 and change each. Normally they're almost $14 each. You can get all three in purple or all three in the navy right there. Very popular. We also have the brights. I love brights because they're just easy to see. Then we have the harvest, and there's 2,500 sets remaining in the harvest. We've already sold 3,000 just in this airing. And then these are the pastels right there. They all come in their own little box. You know what? If you're giving something to all of your coworkers, maybe it's an office situation or whatever, put one of these on each person's desk. Buy a bag of those teeny weeny little bows. I like those little bows.
Yep.
And stick a bow on each box, to from, and they will so appreciate it. I mean, these are the kinds of things that actually I think more corporations should be having these in their workers' offices, etc.
Oh, absolutely. Especially, you know, we print stuff out maybe at work that has personal information on it, definitely. And just I wanted to show you, this is a glossy kind of thing. I did this before just to show you that it will dry on that glossy paper, but you know, you can really, this is something that really anybody from, I would say, like age 15, whenever somebody gets their first job and they start getting pay stubs and things like that, and then open up their first bank account and stuff. So, you know, that's something that the younger kids, and we have to teach them.
That's
how to do, you know, how to kind of take care of your finances. And this is just one simple way to help do that.
And you know, it's interesting. I was just thinking about the fact that I gave one of these to each of my kids because they're all adults. They all have their own places that they live. And I thought, you know what? I should give them each one more because maybe their other one is, you know, kind of dried up or they've used it or whatever. Or maybe it reminds them to use these. But the whole thing is that free shipping and handling. You're getting all three home. If you want to buy more than one set, you can certainly do that. This is a great time to just get it done. You might be cooking, maybe you're baking pies today, whatever you're doing, maybe you're packing up to go to somewhere tomorrow, but just take a few moments, download the free app for QVC onto your phone, and just go right in and place your order, V83886, V83886, and you'll be so glad you did. And then use them. Make sure you don't open your mail without one of them nearby. Diana, thank you so much. Great to see you.
Great to
Happy
see you too.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Also, this is actually something that we have brought in